Corliss. Nobody's even looked at them for hours.
What's the matter with people, Mildred? Haven't they any patriotism?
Well, maybe none of them ever have a guest.
Oh, don't kid about it, Mildred. It's very humiliating. Look. Empty.
Want me to call a cop to hold back the crowds?
Mildred, will you please ask your ghastly little brother to go away?
Raymond Pringle, will you please go back to your booth and stop bothering people?
Okay.
And leave things alone.
Okay, don't get emotional.
Well, I know I'm going to make one sale anyway. Dexter! Dexter!
Ow. Hi, Corliss.
Dexter, come here.
Take over.
Don't be dumb. You'll only get hooked.
Right.
It's Master's voice.
What you want?
Dexter, dear, would you like to buy a towel?
Who, me? Oh, you're crazy.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We both thank you.
Thank you, too.
Wasn't he cute? Oh, he was darling.
Uniform crazy. That's what's the matter with you, and you're doing your best to make Corliss that way, too.
Tell the reports of Little Duke to go away.
I think it was a great mistake to let you two girls share a booth. She's a very bad influence on you.
Oh, stop griping, Dexter. Come on and buy a towel for me.
Holy cow, what would I do with a guest towel?
Don't waste your time on a mere infant like that, Corliss. He's not going to buy anything anyway.
You said it.
I might have known. You claim to love me so much. You claim to love me so much. And then when it comes to putting up a measly $1 for a guest towel, you're not interested.
Well, gee whiz.
Oh, it's all right, Dexter. Forget it. But when it comes to taking me out to the movies tonight, I'm not interested.
Hey, wait a minute. Okay, give me a towel.
Dexter, you've got a $5 bill in there.
Yeah, and it's going to stay there.
Oh, Dexter, you wouldn't want Mildred to sell more than me, would you? Come on, be a sport. It's for the USO.
Okay, give me 5.
Oh, Dexter, you're really very sweet.
Wow. Holy cow.
Woo!
You know,
Can I do anything for you boys?
You sure can, sister. How much?
Only $1.
Sold.
Why, you fresh thing. How dare you?
He paid you for it, didn't he? And very nice, too. I think I'll have another.
Go away, both of you. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
What's the matter? You're selling kisses, aren't you?
What? You must be crazy.
Well, we saw her sell them to that boy just now.
Oh, don't be silly. Why, that's her boyfriend Dexter, and he lives next door.
Oh, come on, cutie pie. You serve me.
Go away. Mildred, come here a sec. Don't go away, boys. Aren't they cute?
Do you think we ought to call a cop or an MP or something?
After all, why not? I mean, why don't we?
You're crazy.
But movie stars do it all the time when they sell bonds.
I know, but we're...
Personally, I'm perfectly willing to sacrifice myself for a good cause and sell kisses.
I know, but I don't think my mother would like it.
Oh, your mother's out shopping with my mother, and they won't be here for hours. By that time, we can raise gobs of money. And they won't have to know, will they?
Well, I guess it's not such a bad idea.
Oh, come on, let's. I think soldiers enjoy kisses more than guest towels anyway. Come on, Mildred.
How much? Oh, all right, you're not ahead. I can't
All right, now, be quiet. Be quiet. And no whistling. Now, I'll take from here and you take these. Okay. Dibs on him.
Well.
Okay, boys, line up.
As I was saying, then for the paltry sum of 25 cents, just 2 bits, you may have... Gee whiz, here comes Mom and Mrs. Archer. Try to act human, will you? Hey, Mom, come here. Oh, there's Raymond.
Hey, kid, where's the guest towel booth?
Right over there.
Hello. Hello, Mrs. Archer.
Howdy.
Say, Mom, how about letting me guess your weight? It's 2 bits. Maybe later, Raymond.
Where's the girls' booth, Dexter?
Right over there. Sorry.
You're a big help.
Right over there.
I'm next.
No, I am.
You're crazy. Hey, I've been waiting 5 minutes.
Shove off, sailor. Gee whiz. Business seems to have picked up. Maybe I brought him luck.
Come on, Janet. Guess your weight, Sergeant?
No, thanks. Oh, where's the guest towel booth?
Right over there. Guest towels. What kind of an army have we got?
Dorothy, I'll buy one from your daughter, and you buy one from mine.
All right.
Boys, don't crowd. There's plenty more where these came from.
That's Corliss. She's so efficient. Well, selling things gives young people confidence in themselves.
You girls could clean up at Camp Morningside.
No, I'm sorry. We only sell across the counter, and we do not deliver merchandise to camp.
That's Mildred, bless her heart. That's my daughter. This booth was all her idea.
No kidding.
Don't waste time on them. Next. Next.
Wow.
Next. Corliss, Archer. Oh, Mom. Next. Mom. Mildred.
I'm next here.
Hello, Mother. Why are you dragging me home? I wasn't selling kisses. Think it's all very dumb.
Mother, I don't see why you're making such a fuss about it. After all, it
Be
was only...
quiet, Corliss.
I'm sorry you're upset, Mother, but I don't see any harm in what we did.
Perhaps not, but you are nearly 18, and Corliss isn't even 16 yet. Besides, Corliss has been brought up quite differently. I resent that remark.
Mother, please, look where you're driving.
Women drivers. Quiet, Raymond.
Holy cow.
I don't see how you could let Mildred persuade you to do such a thing.
Now, just a moment, Janet. As I understand it, the whole idea originated with Corliss.
As a matter of fact, it was Dexter who started it all.
Me? Holy cow, you must be crazy.
I think it's all very dumb. What does it matter whose idea it was?
You be quiet. It matters a great deal.
No kidding, Mrs. Archer. Selling kisses is recognized as a perfectly legitimate...
I don't want to discuss it, Raymond.
Mother, if you'd only listen. It was for a very noble cause.
I think it's all very dumb.
When we get home, Dorothy, if you'd care to come in where we can thresh this out properly.
No, thank you, Janet. I've no desire to intrude where my daughter is considered a contaminating influence.
Mother, please.
Why, Dorothy, I never said...
Oh, yes, you did. Those were your very words, Janet. And I, for one, am not likely to forget them.
Let's turn on the radio. This conversation's getting nowhere fast.
Thank you, Dexter.
Hello, Veronica. Mom, aren't you going to say hello to Veronica?
Never mind about Veronica. You come right in the house.
Oh, Mom, you're going to hurt her feelings.
What's up, son? Oh, boy, is Mrs. Pringle good and mad.
What happened, dear?
Plenty, Mom. Tell you later.
Dexter,
Dexter, your father's calling you.
let's face it, when Corliss is around, we might as well still be living in Tennessee.
Folks, are your nerves frayed? Are you easily upset? Do little things irritate you, Well then, folks, why not try a box of Johnson's Magic?
Honestly, Mother, I think you're
Just wait until I tell your father what she had the nerve to say.
just making mountains out of
Contaminating
molehills.
influence.
By the time Pop hears about it, it'll be the Rocky Mountains.
And if you...
Don't worry about me. I think it's all very dumb.
Contaminating influence.
Well, Corliss, how did you make out?
Oh, a person tries to be patriotic.
You, Corliss.
Well, Mom, can't I even tell Louise my side of it?
Imagine it, Louise. I found that child surrounded by... Oh, stop chewing that bobby pin. Louise.
Well, what happened, Mrs. Archer?
May I ask what you're hanging around for?
Selling kisses. I was never more humiliated in my life. To think that you of all people...
Oh, dry up. And get your big feet off our furniture.
I should think you'd be ashamed. Right under the picture of your brother who's out fighting for his country while you're dragging the name of Archer through the mud.
You leave Lenny out of this.
Well, when he comes home on leave, you'll find out.
Lenny mustn't know. It's absolutely imperative what he doesn't know.
You mean imperative.
I mean you're to shut up.
I shall make a point of telling him personally. And take that bobby pin out of your mouth.
Dexter Franklin, you're about as low and vile a person as ever I laid eyes on. I'll thank you to just get up and go home and stay home, and I'll thank you never to show your silly face here again.
You get that from Mildred, too. She's got a temper like a fishwife.
Dexter, dear, don't say things like that. It hurts me. I just can't bear it when my friends don't like each other.
Well, I got nothing against Mildred personally. But she puts ideas in your head. And
Dexter, dear, would you like to do me a terrific favor?
I'd do anything for you. You know I would.
Do you mean that, Dexter?
Holy cow. Haven't always. When you put that dead fish in my mother's lingerie drawer, who took the blame?
Oh, that was when we were just kids.
Well, don't you believe I'd do more for you now? The way I feel about you now.
Well, how can I be sure?
Well, just ask me. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you.
Then, will you promise not to tell Lenny when he does come home? On account of Mildred and Lenny and romance is so beautiful. We know that, don't we, Dexter? And we wouldn't want to spoil Lenny's leave, would we? So, just promise you won't say anything more about it. Please, Dexter?
Okay, I promise.
Oh, I knew I could rely on your southern chivalry.
Yeah, but on one condition.
What's that?
Well, it's nothing you gotta do right now, immediately. It's just, well, just what we've been talking about. You know what I mean.
Well, is there any harm in telling me?
Don't make me go through it all again, Corliss. You know what I mean. After all, I will be 18 someday, and even 19 and 20.
Are you proposing to me, Dexter?
Don't kid about it, Corliss. I know it sounds funny when all I got's an allowance of 50 cents a week, but it isn't funny to me. I'm only asking you to wait for me.
All right, Dexter. I'll wait.
Gosh, Corliss, you're swell.
Do you want Mom to catch us snacking?
Gosh, no. Don't forget, we're going to the movies tonight.
Okay.
The very idea. Yes, and don't let her tell you she did it for patriotism.
Mom, are you going to tell Daddy, too?
Why, yes, Corliss, I must. I'm afraid...
Dolly, Daddy. Mom, please don't tell.
Good evening, Janet.
Hello, darling.
Come in, my boy. Janet, this is Private Earhart of the Tank Corps. Jimmy, isn't it?
That's right, sir.
How do you do?
How do you do? Private Earhart was thumbing a ride, so I thought it'd be nice for him to have dinner with us.
Oh. Oh, yes, of course.
Hello, Corliss.
Hello, Angel.
Earhart, this is my daughter, Corliss.
How do you do?
How do you do, Miss Archer?
Oh, you don't have to call her Miss Archer. She's on a...
Oh, Daddy, you don't have to give me my life history. Our parents are scream, though. No matter how old you get, they still treat you as though you were an infant or something.
An infant, Corliss, not a ninfant. I wish you wouldn't run your words together that way. And now, if you'll excuse me for a moment...
It's all right, darling.
Harry.
Oh, pardon me.
Daddy, catch.
I think it was swell of your father to pick up a perfect stranger and bring him home to dinner.
Oh, I do, too. I mean, I think it was swelly about you. Cigarette?
Well, thanks. Well, what about you? Do you smoke?
Oh, my, yes. But I'm sort of tapering off for a while. The doctor said it was affecting my sinuses.
And after she'd spent the whole afternoon kissing a bunch of soldiers, you have to bring home a good-looking boy like that.
She was kissing soldiers?
Yes.
How'd she make out?
Harry.
It's...
I hear you've got a brother in the service.
Lenny's a lieutenant in the Air Corps. And I have an uncle who's a chaplain in the Navy. My brother's coming home pretty soon.
Oh, that's swell. How old is he?
Oh, Lenny's in his 20s. He's just a few months older than I am.
How few?
Oh, I forget. 3 or 4.
You know, I got a kid sister just going on 14.
Oh, my, they're cute at that age. I mean, all legs and elbows and you know what I mean. We still have some faded old snapshots of me at that age, and I was a scream.
You know, Corliss, this is what we miss most in the Army. Being invited to a home like this. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, Jimmy. Do you know many people in town?
Not a soul.
Well, that's terrible. How do you spend your leaves?
Oh, I don't know. Mooch around, go to a show.
Alone?
Mostly. Sometimes with other fellas.
Well, don't you have a girl?
Nope.
Don't you like girls?
Dinner will be served in about 2 minutes. Would you like to clean up first, Earhart?
Well, thank you very much, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
He likes girls.
Mom, do you know what that poor man said? He doesn't know a single girl in town who he can even take to the movies. Isn't that pathetic?
Yes, dear, I know how your heart must bleed for him.
Golly, Daddy really picked a pip. He's so good looking.
Now, Corliss, you know, I told your father what you'd done this afternoon, and he was shocked. Shocked.
Oh, golly, now I suppose you're going to tell him how old I am.
Well, what if he does know?
Oh, Mother, you know very well I look at least 2 years older. And knowing a girl's right age affects a man's entire physiology.
I think you mean psychology, don't you, Corliss?
Well, anyway, it makes all the difference in the world the way a man treats you. The way he even looks at you. Once in a while, I'd like to be looked at as if I wasn't an infant.
Oh, darling, I wish you weren't in such a desperate hurry to grow up. You've got all the rest of your life to do that in.
Mrs. Archer.
Oh, Louise, will you set an extra place, please? I'm afraid Mr. Archer has invited a young soldier for dinner.
Mom, are you going to serve cocktails before dinner?
Well, I suppose so. Your father usually does as we have company.
Then will you do me a favor? May I?
No, you may not have a cocktail.
The very idea.
I know, but will you please at least ask Louise to hand me the tray? And then I can say I don't feel like one? And then he won't have to know I'm too young to be offered one.
Well, if you can fix it with Louise, it's all right with me.
Louise, did you see him? He's frightfully good looking.
He's just an extra person to wash up for, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Louise, I'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
Louise, would you like to be an angel?
Listen, young lady, I diapered you, and that line of smooch never fooled me for a moment.
You run on upstairs and wash your hands for dinner.
Mom, just a sec. You know that little bottle of perfume on your dress?
The answer is no.
But golly, Mom, it's a very girlish smell, honestly.
Soap smells even more girlish.
I gave him a guest towel. Is that all right?
You know, that child is going to be a problem.
Dinner is served.
Oh, thank you, Louise.
Go easy on the celery.
Yes, Louise.
Hey, Pop, look out.
Do you have to do that in here?
A lot of famous people collect stamps.
Not in my living room, they don't.
If you didn't have such a violent temper, Bob, I'd tell you something that would absolutely make you boil.
Now, look, Dorothy, I've just had a very hard day at the office, and I prefer not to boil.
All right, dear, but since this is such a shocking reflection on Mildred's character, I almost feel it's my duty
Mother,
to...
please.
What's this? What'd you say?
Never mind, dear. I don't want to get you excited.
Well, you've got me excited. Go on.
I think it's all very dumb.
Nobody was talking to you. Now, what's this about Mildred's character?
That Janet could say such a thing. I could hardly believe my ears.
Say what?
She had the nerve to say that Mildred was a contaminating influence on Corliss.
But, Mother, you didn't tell him why.
I don't need to know why. If that's what she said, it's plenty. You're not to see Corliss under any circumstances.
Father's so silly.
You heard what I said.
And you're so right, Bob.
Now, look, Pop, in my...
And that goes for you, too. You're both to stay away from the Archers entirely. And you're not to telephone her, either.
Wait till he finds out you sold kisses, then he'll really blow his top.
I despise you.
I give up. I'm gonna collect rocks.
Be down in a sec, Jimmy.
Oh, I was told to put this here. Is that right?
That's right. That's just where it goes.
Here I come, Corliss Archer, the fireman's child. I felt so sticky in that old dress that I thought I just... Look at poor Daddy trying to balance his coffee cup. Don't you think you'd both be more comfortable in the living room?
Not me. I like to be where there's youth and laughter.
Daddy just loves to be facetious. Let's rally to serve, Jimmy.
Okay.
She swiped some of my perfume again.
Now, don't embarrass her in front of the boy.
Corliss! Hey, Corliss!
I think you're being paged.
Sounds like Dexter's mating call.
Corliss!
Hi, Mr. Archer.
Hello,
Evening,
Dexter.
Mrs. Archer. Who's he?
Corliss, introduce Dexter to Private Earhart.
Jimmy, this is Dexter. He lives next door. He isn't 17 yet.
I'm glad to know you, Dexter.
Huh.
Really, Dexter, you look like something out of Tobacco Road.
Uh-huh, very funny. Come on, it's time to go to the movies.
I'm very sorry, but I won't be able to go to the movies with you tonight. I have an engagement.
Oh, don't be a drip.
Dexter Franklin, if you had an ounce of tact, you'd have seen before barging in here that we have company.
You know you're not allowed to use perfume.
Oh, why don't you go home?
Corliss, did you have a date with Dexter tonight?
No, of course not.
Why, you little liar.
Please, Corliss, don't let me interfere with your date.
Oh, Jimmy, we never had a date. He's just trying to be funny.
Holy cow, why do you have to put on a corny act all the time?
I'll thank you to go home and leave people alone.
Oh, don't be a drip.
Dexter Franklin?
Do all girls go nuts when they're going on 16?
Ooh.
Ouch! I have a suggestion that may save a lot of bloodshed. Why don't we all go to the movies? Would you like to come along, Earhart?
I'd love to, sir.
Swell, now you're cooking with dynamite. Believe me, I'm so broke it's brutal.
Well, I think that's a splendid idea. Corliss, you'll have to change back into a dress.
Dexter, will you put the ping pong table away?
And make it snappy, fireman's child. I'll give you just 2 minutes flat.
Fine thing. The moment my back's turned and there's a uniform around.
I hate you. I hate you with all my heart and soul. And I shall hate you until the day I die.
Don't be a drip.
Go on, Raymond. Sneak in and see if anyone's home. I've got to see Corliss.
I think this is all very dumb. Why don't you call her up?
Because Mother won't let me, that's why. Now, go on and do as you're told.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna play cops and robbers, you might at least hide. Is anybody home, Louise?
No, they all went to the movies.
That's good. Quite a stink about the bazaar, wasn't there, Louise?
There certainly was.
Boy, you should have heard the hysterics at our house. Mother's fit to be tied. She's getting pop steamed up right now. I think it's all very dumb, don't you, Louise?
Oh, they'll get over it. Oh, that was the front door.
We had cabbage for dinner, too. Some people have no imagination.
Lenny!
Hi, Louise.
Oh, Lenny, why didn't you let us know you were coming home?
Well, I wanted to surprise you all.
Oh.
Hello, wait, Veronica. Yoo-hoo, I'm home!
Oh, it's no use, Lenny. They've all gone to the movies.
Well, they have.
Oh, but never mind. They'll be back soon. Oh, Lenny, you should have let us know.
I wish you could have seen your face when you opened that door, Louise.
Hi, Lenny. Gee whiz, I didn't know you were coming home so soon.
Hiya, kid.
Have you had your dinner, Lenny?
Well, I had a snack on the plane.
But you'd like a cup of coffee and some of your favorite cookies, wouldn't you? Won't take a second.
How's Mildred?
Oh, she's fine.
Is she home?
Well, as a matter of fact, she's right out in the alley hiding behind some ash cans.
What? What for?
Well, I feel that you should know, Lenny, that our families are having a pip of a feud right now.
A feud?
Yeah, Mildred and Corliss aren't even allowed to see each other. I just sneaked in here to case a joint.
I don't understand it. I've been writing to Mildred every day, and she didn't say anything.
Are those letters from you? She sleeps with them under her pillow.
She does, huh? Go get her, and don't tell her I'm here.
Okay. Hey, psst, Mildred, all clear.
Corliss?
Hello, baby.
Lenny!
Hello?
Hide and seek. Some fun, huh?
Oh, Raymond.
For a girl who sleeps with his letters under your pillow, you're not exactly being nip-ups.
Oh, really, Raymond,
would you like me to leave, Lenny?
That's not a bad idea.
Are you flipping that because you're nervous, or do you want to give it to me? Well, I was going anyway, but thanks all the same. Of course, you know, you don't have to give me this 4 bits. I'm not trying to pull a kid-brother routine.
You're welcome, Raymond.
Thanks again, Lenny.
Raymond, if you pop in again, I'll strangle you.
Okay, relax. Don't make a pest of yourself.
He said, hello, baby. Isn't that cute?
Oh, Lenny, how marvelous.
Hello, sweet. Miss me?
Oh, darling, I didn't think you'd be home for days. How did you get here?
By plane.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't fly so much.
Well, I'll take it up with General Arnold. He's an old-fashioned man, though. He thinks pilots should fly.
Oh, look at me in this old rag. Why didn't Raymond tell me you were here? Where is he? I'll kill him. Where's Corliss?
Well, they all went to a movie. I missed him by a couple of minutes.
They've gone in the garden. Probably to neck. I think necking's dumb.
You think differently when you're a little older.
I suppose so. That's what often depressed me.
Oh, Lenny, how wonderful. Now I'll have you for 2 whole weeks. Just think.
Think again, baby.
What do you mean?
Miley's been cut to 72 hours.
But why, Lenny? Why? You were supposed to have 2 weeks. You said so in your last letter.
The CO doesn't sleep with my letters under his pillow. He just gives orders.
Lenny, does this mean overseas? Oh, no.
There.
Raymond, tell Lenny to come in.
Believe me, Louise, he's in no mood for eats. They're both all a Twitter.
Will you, Mildred? And then no matter what happens, we'll have belonged to each other for a little while.
Oh, Lenny, darling, I'd love to more than anything, but...
Stop worrying. If you like, we'll keep it a secret from both our parents until this whole silly row's forgotten. Will you, Mildred?
Oh, Lenny, darling, but this awful row...
Okay, so you're both soul kisses. That isn't so awful. You know, I simply can't get over the fact that men would actually pay good money to kiss my kid sister. Did she really sell more than you did? And $1?
Well, yes, but she was letting them have a second one for 50 cents.
Most unethical.
Maybe it's because I'm her brother or something, but I don't know what he sees in that girl.
Now, stop watching them and run along home.
Well, she is pretty, I admit, but intellectually, she's a goon.
Raymond!
You know something, Louise? I'll be glad when I'm old enough to drink coffee. I'm very fond of it.
I'll pick you up at the crack of dawn. We'll be across the state line and married before breakfast. Okay?
Okay, you two, break it up.
Well, goodbye, sir, and thanks a million.
Huh? What's that?
He said thanks a million for marrying us, Mr. Mulder.
Oh, yes, to be sure. Well, I certainly wish you young folks all the happiness in the world.
Hurt me so full like we're married now. Oh, Lenny, I can't believe that I'm actually your wife.
Hey, look out. You'll be my widow.
Do you suppose it's all right? I mean, I did lie about my age, and I really won't be 18 until next month.
I know. Don't worry, baby.
Lenny, I'm worried about what the folks are going to do when they know.
You let me handle them. I'll fix it up.
I know, but suppose they try to get it annulled.
Oh, now, darling, don't worry. Now, look, we're married. And if you just leave everything to me, it'll be all right. We'll break it to him gently tonight. What's the matter? Ring too small?
No. I'm going to wear it next to my heart until they know.
Yes, Lenny got home last night. Wasn't that lovely? Oh, no, he isn't here just now. Harry let him have the car this morning.
Mom, who is it? You know where Lenny...
Oh, of course I will. I'll let you know the minute he gets in. All right, dear, goodbye.
Mom, who was it?
It's Norma Wilcox. That's about the 6th person that's called.
I wonder where Lenny could be. He hasn't been home all day.
Well, he's probably making a lot of visits all over town.
Corliss!
Hello, Mr. Franklin.
Hello,
Oh,
Corliss.
hello, Mary. Come on in.
Hello, Janet.
Oh, Mary, please come over here and see I've got this thing right. Harry, Mary's here.
What does she want, a salute of 21 guns? Hello, Mary.
Hello, Harry.
Hi, Bill.
Hello. I could go for a drink, Harry.
We'll go for one.
Hi, Droopy.
Ah,
Have a talk?
sure, thanks. Gee whiz, the way your father spoils you is criminal.
Oh, Daddy didn't buy them for me.
Lenny bring them to you?
No. Jimmy sent them over this morning in a Jeep.
You should have flung them in his face.
Oh, don't be a drip.
Haven't you got any sense? You accept a huge box of candy from a perfect stranger, a soldier who's supposed to respect womanhood. And what happens next? Don't you know anything about life? Don't you realize that candy's the thin end of the wedge?
What wedge?
Holy cow, but you're ignorant.
Poor Dexter, he's so crazy about Collis.
I gather from the son he didn't altogether approve of this young soldier you had for dinner last night.
Oh, Private Earhart. Nice boy, wasn't he, Janet?
Oh, he seemed very nice. But he and Corliss were holding hands at the movie last night.
They were? I know she was holding hands with Dexter. I saw them. I sat next to Dexter. Why, the little devil.
Well, really, Harry, I wouldn't be so smug about it. Corliss should be held down, not encouraged.
Mother, this is against all my principles.
You be quiet.
Oh, Mrs. Pringle. They're all out.
That's all right, Louise. I know where they are.
It's Dorothy Pringle. She's come to make up. Now, you be nice to her.
But, Mother, listen. I've listened enough. You come with me. I'm sorry to come barging in like this, Janet, but there are some things I cannot ignore.
I guess we better shove off. Come on, Mary.
No, I'd rather you stay. You know all about it, and I want this thing thrashed out once and for all. You stay here, Raymond.
Now, Dorothy, don't get excited.
I'm not excited. I'm just so furious I could chew nails. Raymond has just told me something that... You tell them, Raymond.
But I think it's dumb.
Never mind what you think. You repeated it to me, and you're going to repeat it to them.
Oh, I'm very sorry I brought the whole thing up. This'll be a lesson to me.
Go ahead, Raymond.
Well, I was over at the Campbell selling a magazine subscription to their cook. By the way, Mr. Archer, do you take fascinating love stories? I have a special offer.
Never mind. I'll tell them what you told me. According to Raymond, who distinctly overheard it from the Campbell's kitchen, Marjorie Campbell was telling her bridge club last night that you had said to her that Mildred was actually leading Corliss astray.
Holy cow.
Oh, how ridiculous. Why, I never said anything of the sort.
Was that what you heard, Raymond?
Well, it sounded like it. Of course, it could have been leading her to play.
Don't quibble, Raymond. You told me definitely she said leading her astray. Why, you even asked me if I thought Mildred was leading people astray.
Dorothy, I'm surprised that you listening to such garbled gossip. Why, I'm quite sure Janet would never...
Kindly keep out of this, Mary. I'm talking to Janet.
Now, wait a minute. We wanted to beat it, and you asked us to stay. Seems to me she's got a right to put in her 2 bits worth.
Now, you keep out of this.
She can't talk to you that way.
You keep out of it.
I think it's all very dumb.
Oh, you be quiet. You think everything's dumb.
It's my experience that most things are.
Dorothy, we're never going to get anywhere hashing things over like this. Let's bury the hatchet and forget it.
Oh, I think that's a wonderful idea, don't you, Dexter?
Well, I'd never go so far as to say Mildred's exactly leading Corliss astray. But I do think she's a bad influence.
Well,
Here we go again.
oh, why don't you keep your big trap shut?
Holy cow, you asked me, didn't you?
It's clear that the entire neighborhood has been influenced against Mildred. And that's perfectly all right with me.
Oh, wait a minute, Dorothy.
No use, Janet. I shall forbid both Mildred and Raymond to set foot in your house. And Corliss will no longer be welcome at my house. Nor will Lenny. Come, Raymond.
Golly, I think we're all being awfully silly. My goodness, with a war going on all over the world, I don't think we should be quarreling among ourselves. The president himself said we should all be united.
I'll thank you to keep Mr. Truman out of this.
Harry, don't raise your voice.
I'll raise the roof.
Perfect. Now, soul in sight.
Call me later, Lenny, and in the meantime, I won't say a word.
Atta girl. You leave everything to me.
Lenny, where have you been all day?
Hello, honey face. Where are the folks?
Well, they're out. I took Veronica for a walk. Oh, Lenny, we had the most grisly row with the Pringles.
What?
Well, yes, it was awful.
No, again.
I'm afraid so, Lenny. Only this time it was much worse. Mrs. Pringle was over here, and she practically almost hit Mother.
Oh, for Pete's sake. This is all your fault. You and that silly bazaar. I suppose you've gummed things up again.
Oh, Lenny, don't be like that. I didn't do anything. It was that little stinker Raymond.
Don't pass the buck to Raymond.
I don't mind being treated like a heel when I've been a heel, but I didn't do anything.
Oh, stop that silly sniveling. Cut it out.
A fat lot of good it does deciding to love your brother when he still treats you like a swine. Get out of here, you filthy, sneaking little spy.
You're quite emotional, aren't you? Most women are. I think it's dumb. Mother's having hysterics, too. Pop's swearing to beat the band. Words even I never heard before. Mildred's crying her eyes out.
Why? What's the matter?
Oh, they're picking on her.
What for?
Well, it's really very funny. You see, she just got back after being gone all day, and she won't say where she was.
Well, go on, go on.
Now Pop's beginning to think maybe she is leading people astray after all.
Get out of here.
Okay, Lenny, okay. I'm sorry. I never dreamed I was opening up a can of peas like this. I merely repeated some chit-chat.
Go on, scram.
Lenny, okay.
And don't come back.
Boy, the Army hasn't improved your disposition any.
Leading people astray. What the dickens does he mean?
Well, that's what Mrs. Pringle said, that Raymond said, that Mom said. And that's what started it all.
Look, you've got to help me. Can you keep a secret?
Cross my heart.
Mildred and I were married this morning.
Oh, Lenny. What are Mom and Daddy gonna say?
Well, I was going to break it to him tonight. But now with this new row going,
Does anybody know about your being married, I mean?
Not a soul. We drove across the state line to Wyndham Ferry and dug up a justice of the peace. He and his wife are the only ones who know, except you.
But you're gonna tell Mom and Daddy, aren't you?
I don't know. I'm afraid now her parents might move heaven and earth to have it annulled.
Could they?
I guess they could. She lied about her age on the license.
Golly. How awful.
Awful is right.
Gosh, that makes Mildred my sister-in-law, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy. Now I won't have to pay her the 45 cents I owe her. Well, relatives never pay up. Are you terribly in love, Lenny?
Well, we didn't get married just for the fun of it. This is for keeps.
Well, it oughtn't to be a secret. Mom and Daddy ought to know. They'd forget all about this row.
I don't know. They're so funny.
Oh, you've simply got to tell them about a terrific thing like getting married.
Well, I wonder, though.
Golly. Loving people makes life frightfully complicated, doesn't it?
You're not a bad little egg at that. I'm glad I told you.
I am, too. I'm very proud that you trusted me, I mean.
Well, maybe I'll take a chance and tell him. Dad's pretty level-headed.
He's a paranoid! A menace!
Your nose, dear.
I'll have him arrested, that's what I'll do. I'll have him arrested.
Holy cow!
Come and sit down, dear. Oh, Harry, you're going to get blood all over everything.
Daddy, what's the
For
matter?
Pete's sake, what
Oh,
happened?
let's go to the kitchen and bring me some ice cubes, quickly.
But, Daddy, what happened? What happened?
Don't stand there yapping what happened. I'm bleeding to death.
Then why don't you sit down?
And don't yell at me. I'm your father, not a bombardier.
Harry, sit down. Corliss, will you do as you're told? Oh, Harry, please. Try not to bleed on the Navajo rug.
I'll bleed where I feel like it.
Louise, quick! Ice, brandy, bandages. Daddy's bleeding like mad.
Bless my soul, and that suit just came back from the cleaners.
Mom, was he hit by a car?
No, I was hit by Bob Pringle, the dirty, cowardly rat, and I'll sue him if it's the last thing I ever do.
Well, your pants are all torn.
Yes, and I'll kill that half-witted dog of ours, too. The filthy cur went for me, not him.
Land sakes, what happened?
Here, Harry, drink this. Loosen your collar, dear.
Hold your head down.
That's exactly what I did when he hit me, the rat.
What rat?
Mr. Pringle.
I hope you hit him.
You darn right I did.
Good for you, Mr. Archer.
Will somebody please tell me what happened?
We were walking past the Pringles, and they were out in the front yard, and we got into an argument.
And without any warning, the yellow coward socked me right in the nose.
Oh, but you started it, Harry. You called him a vile name.
I did not. I called him a stupid...
Harry!
Because he is a stupid...
Let's tell them, Mr. Archer.
Stop rattling that dishpan under my nose, for heaven's sake. Let me get to a telephone.
Well, your nose stops bleeding, Dad.
What do you want a phone for?
I'm going to call the district attorney and have him arrested for disturbing the peace and causing a riot.
Here, Daddy, put this on your eye.
He's not going to get away with this. No wonder Mildred's a bad influence on Corliss when her father's a homicidal maniac. That's my good eye. Leave it alone.
Hey, Lenny. Where's Mildred?
Get that spawn of Robert Pringles out of my eye.
Harry.
Okay. I'm going. I just thought you might be interested in knowing that Pop's in far worse shape than you are.
Ah!
Harry, dear, come along with me and let me fix you.
Oh, put that post.
Now listen, after this you're not to say anything. You've got to swear.
Oh, I'll take an oath. In blood. Like we did when we were kids. Will that satisfy you, Lenny?
Well...
You know I never went back on that. And this is Daddy's blood, too.
Okay.
I swear in blood, by everything I hold sacred, that I will never reveal your secret.
You'd better not. That's all.
They could torture me and I wouldn't tell. Can you imagine? I just went into the royal office.
Well, it looks like it, dear. An obstetrician is a sort of a baby doctor.
It is? Oh, golly, how embarrassing. Long words like that always throw me for a loss.
Well, what do you hear from Lenny?
Oh, he's in the Pacific. I haven't heard anything from him now. I don't know where he is. We haven't had any email for several weeks. Oh, that's the word that confused me.
Say hello to your mother for him, Corliss.
You bet, Mrs. Wilcox.
Did you wish to make an appointment?
No, I was just shopping.
Down.
Corliss, I'm so worried about Mrs. Wilcox.
Oh, don't be silly. I threw her completely off the scent.
Mr. Pringle, you have to be patient. This is precision dentistry.
I know, but this is the 6th time I've left my bridge to be fixed. I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Mr. Pringle, there's a war on.
How do you think I lost these?
Do you suppose Dr. Faden really believes my name is Mrs. William Smith?
Why not? The world's crawling with Smiths.
I know, but I think we should have picked a less obvious name.
Well, even if he does suspect, he can't say anything.
You mean because he's a doctor?
Sure. They all have to take a hypocritical oath.
Hippocratic oath.
Well, anyway, they all take it. They can't even tell anyone if you've got a hangnail. Come on.
No, you'd better go first. We're not supposed to be seeing each other, you know.
Okay. Phone if there's any news.
Oh, dear.
Jimmy!
Hello, Corliss.
Oh, Jimmy, you got a new stripe. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I got a raise.
How's the market for kisses today?
Jimmy Earhart, you're terrible. loves you. Do you? Oh, Veronica, you're so beautiful and so full of fleas. Now, you give me that. Psst, Louise, come here a sec. Look, Louise, I'm knitting a scarf for Mom's birthday.
Oh, that's fine, dear.
Now, don't tell anyone.
Oh, Colin! What have you been up to?
Oh, nothing, Mom.
Come on, dear. I want to fit this on you.
Oh, Mom, no, I was
Yes,
just...
now. Well, darling, stand still.
Mom, it's too tight.
My goodness, aren't you ever going to stop growing? Whew, look at that tummy.
I wasn't holding it in. It's as flat as a board. Hi, Droopy.
Say, listen, I'd like to know what you think you were doing yesterday after your music lesson.
Mother, will you please ask him to go away?
Oh, you two. Callers, did you use my pastry cutter last night making those caramels? I can't find it anywhere.
No, Louise, I never touched it. Mildred was using it, and she...
Mildred? Was she over here last night?
Did I say Mildred? How silly. I must have been thinking of her. I meant Dexter. What did you do with it, Dexter, dear?
Don't pass the buck to me.
Don't lie to me, Corliss. Was Mildred over here?
Yes, Mom.
Why?
Well, you and Daddy were at the movies, and it seemed like a good opportunity.
Oh, really, Corliss?
Honestly, Mom, you don't know how absolutely crazy this silly family squabble is.
Oh, darling, I agree with you, but your father and Mr. Pringle are suing and counter-suing each other, and for $10,000 damages, and he absolutely insists that you... Oh, you stay here. You answer that, Dexter, will you please?
Raymond told me that Mr. Pringle's dentist bill's over $300 already. Hello?
Hello. This is Jimmy Earhart. May I speak to Miss Corliss Archer, please?
Yeah, well, wait just a minute.
Is it for me?
Jimmy Earhart calling Miss Corliss Archer.
Ooh.
I'll take that, Corliss.
But, Mom,
Now, you be quiet. Hello?
Why doesn't he keep his mind on the war?
Oh, this is Mrs. Archer speaking. Oh, we're fine, thanks. And you? Well, that's splendid. Oh, I'm afraid not. Well, Corliss is away this weekend. Oh, by all means. Oh, no, not at all. Goodbye.
Oh, Mother, how could you?
Well, he's been here 3 times already, and that's quite enough. You're entirely too young to... Well, anyway, you're entirely too young.
I think she did absolutely right.
You shut up. Look, why did you have to lie to him? He'll know you were lying.
Oh, nonsense. How could he possibly know?
Because I just...
Because you just what?
Well,
Well, go on.
Well, he just will, that's all.
Oh, that isn't what you were going to say.
Well, if you must know, Go away, Dexter. Beat it.
I know all about it.
Have you been spying on me, you contemptuous thing?
Contemptible, Corliss.
I'm glad you agree with me, Mother.
I guess I got as much right to go into a drugstore as you have.
Oh, children, stop squabbling. Now, Corliss, I want to know what this is all about.
Well, make him scram, then. I don't have to bare my soul in front of him, do I?
Sure, you're ashamed because you're fickle and deceitful.
That will be enough, Dexter. Go on home now.
Okay, Mrs. Archer, okay. But believe me, I'm glad this has come to a head. Ow!
Corliss.
I'm glad you kicked him out, Mother. He's terrible.
Darling, have you been meeting that boy?
Only once, Mom. And that was yesterday afternoon. And it was just by accident. Honestly, I swear.
You sure you didn't meet him by appointment?
Oh, no, Mom, honestly.
Why didn't you tell us about it last night at dinner?
Well, I don't know, Mom. When Daddy are so strict and everything. I don't know. I was going to.
Is that why he telephoned just now? Did you make a date with him for tonight?
Oh, no, Mom, not a date. I'm not allowed to make dates. But I did tell him we'd be home tonight, and I said I was sure you'd be glad to see him. Oh, Mom, he's so cute, and he's a corporal now. And I was wrong about his eyes. They're not like Van Johnson's. They're like Charles Boyer's. You know, sort of sleepy and noble and poignant.
Oh, Corliss, really. When you were 5 years old, I was sure you couldn't be any more trouble. But look at you now, flirting with soldiers. I think terrible.
Well, you can't fight against nature, Mom.
You leave nature out of this, if you please.
Hello? Hello, Daddy. It really is Daddy. Mm-hmm. Oh. Daddy's at the corner of Washington and 4th, and he wonders if you'll devote a pint of gasoline to picking him up. He says he's exhausted and in tears.
Well, why doesn't he take the bus?
Mom says, why don't you take the bus?
They won't let me on the bus. I've got a 100-pound sack of fertilizer with me. Even the pedestrians are avoiding me.
Tell him I'll pick him up.
Okay, Angel. Rescue's at hand. Mom's just leaving. Goodbye.
Hey, Dexter, don't tell Corliss I've got to see her.
Don't talk to me about Corliss. I was never more humiliated in my life.
Why, what's that?
I was downtown yesterday, minding my own business, and there, if you please, in this drugstore, who do I see but Corliss and this soldier? And she's looking at him with gooey eyes.
Is he making that up?
I don't wish to discuss it.
Well, if you don't believe me, ask Betty Campbell. She's in the drugstore having a Coke with me.
Were you treating Betty Campbell to a Coke? That frizzed-out blonde?
Well, we just happened to meet. I mean, well, as a matter of fact, it was a root beer.
Dexter Franklin, kindly leave this property at once.
Well, holy cow, I tell you
If there is one thing I will not stand for, it's flagrant infidelity.
The word is flagrant, Corliss.
Well, what did I say?
You said fragrant.
Well, I meant it. Your behavior stinks. Now get out! Dexter, you struck me. I'm going to tell my father.
Holy cow, it was in self-defense.
You've been warned before that you're getting much too big to slug me. I hope your mother does hear. I'm going to tell my father, and he's going to tell you never to come in our house again. Now get out.
Holy cow, I'm sorry.
Honestly, the way you treat that poor boy.
Oh, he always comes back for more.
Look, Corliss, don't tell your old man. He might get sore.
I most certainly will. Now beat it. You bully. What you had to show me?
I came to tell you I had a lovely letter from Letty.
Oh, swell. How is he?
Oh, he's wonderful. I can't wait to find out what he'll say when he finds out. I sent him a cable last night, Corliss. I just had to.
Oh, golly, poor Lenny. He'll go nuts.
Hey, Mildred, better scram while scramming's good.
Why, what's the matter?
What's up?
Mother's on her way over here.
Here, what for?
I don't know. All I know is she was talking on the phone to Mrs. Wilcox for half an hour, and I heard her say she was coming right over here.
Oh, golly.
Come on.
Corliss, swear you won't tell.
I swear. I already swore in blood.
Go on. One crisis after another.
Oh.
Good afternoon, Louise. Is Mrs. Archer home?
Well, she went to pick up Mr. Archer.
Well, that's fine, Louise. I'll just wait on the porch.
She ought to be back in a few minutes, Mrs. Pringle.
Hello, Corliss.
Hello, Mrs. Pringle. I'm sorry Mom's out. She'll be back in a minute.
Oh, that's all right, Corliss. I'll wait. How have you been?
Oh, fine, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Aren't you putting on a little weight?
No.
Phew.
Mrs. Pringle's here. Mrs. Pringle.
Phew. Wonder what the devil she wants.
Harry, she'll hear you.
She certainly will.
Hello, Dorothy. What's on your mind?
You wanted to see me, Dorothy?
That's right.
Go on up to your room, Corliss.
No, don't send her out of the room on my account. It's about her that I've come to see you.
Go on, Corliss.
Yes, Mother.
Now, Dorothy, what is it?
Well, I've just learned something, Janet, that I feel it's my duty to tell you. And you were the people who felt that my daughter was a bad influence on yours.
If you've come over here to...
Please, let's try not to forget we're gentle people.
Too bad you didn't think of that when he knocked 4 of Bob's teeth down his throat.
All right, Dorothy. Now, what is it?
I thought you might be interested to know that your daughter, who might be contaminated by associating with Mildred, is in serious trouble with a soldier.
Get out of my house.
Harry!
Get her out of here before I lose my temper and smash her bridge with.
I don't blame you for being upset. I was shocked myself.
Just what do you mean?
I mean just what I say. She's in trouble.
How dare you?
And I say you're a liar.
Then suppose you ask Corliss why she's been visiting Dr. Fabling in the professional building.
Corliss!
Just in case you don't know already, Dr. Fabling only takes obstetrical cases.
Corliss!
Yes, Daddy?
Corliss, come down here. Corliss, come here. Corliss, this woman has just had the gall to say...
Yes, Daddy, I heard what she said. I wasn't actually listening. I couldn't help hearing.
Then tell her that she's a liar. Go ahead, you have my permission to use the word.
Well,
Ever I saw guilt written on a human face. That's it.
Sit down, Corliss.
If you want to lead up to it gently, ask her if she was at the corner of Jefferson and 5th yesterday with her soldier friend having a cocktail.
it was a shrimp cocktail. I'll murder that Betty Campbell.
What soldier?
I know all about that, Harry. It was Private Earhart.
Corporal Earhart.
Be quiet, Corliss.
What's this about Dr. Fabling in the professional building?
Well,
Now, there's no use trying to deny it. You were seen leaving his office yesterday and the week before by 2 different people. And yesterday you were seen meeting this soldier.
Corliss. Corliss, look at me. Is that true?
Yes, Mother.
Oh, darling.
I'm sorry, Janet, but perhaps in the future you'll be a little bit more careful when you talk about people leading people astray.
You little fool. You little fool! Operator, get me Camp Morningside.
What are you going to do, Harry?
I'm going to speak to the commanding officer and have this Earhart court-martialed and shot.
No, Harry, you can't do that. We've got to have time to think.
I've already thought.
Oh, Corliss, I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
Camp Morningside, let me speak to the commanding officer. I'll have him before a firing squad within 48 hours.
Oh, no, Daddy. No, Daddy, you mustn't.
He knows very well that
Daddy,
you...
But, well, it wasn't him.
Then who is it?
Corliss!
Who is it?
Corliss!
Dexter.
Dexter. I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
Hi, everybody.
Get out of my sight, you vile, unspeakable, shameless, filthy little swine!
Gee whiz, I'm sorry. It'll never happen again.
Harry, please. I implore you, control yourself. Murdering him isn't going to do any good.
Holy cow. It was Corliss' fault as much as it was mine.
You filthy little cat!
Oh, Dexter. Dexter, you don't know what you're saying.
Holy cow, I asked you not to tell him. But, Mr. Archer, it was all in fun.
Daddy, please don't kill him.
Oh, Harry, please. Let's try to sit down calmly and think what we can do.
Oh.
Shall we?
Oh, boy, he was livid. I didn't sock you that hard.
Dexter, I'm in an awful jam.
You? Oh, he was sore at me. He said he wanted to kill me.
I know. And he meant it, too.
Holy cow, I didn't do anything so terrible.
Oh, of course not, Dexter. But for some reason, he seems to think you did.
Gee whiz, what'd you tell him?
Dexter, you've got to take an oath and blood not to breathe a word if I tell you the truth.
Okay, I swear. Ow.
You can take it sitting down.
All right, I swear in blood. Look, here's blood on my chin. I just shaved.
Well, in the first place, Mildred and Lenny are married.
What, married? Holy cow.
And in the second place, Mildred's going to have a baby.
She is?
But her parents and my parents don't dream they're married, so of course they can't know she's going to have a baby. See? I'm the only one who knows.
Well, go on.
Well, I've been going with Mildred to see her doctor, Dr. Fabling in the professional building.
And then what?
And evidently someone saw me coming out of his office and must have phoned Mrs. Pringle and, well, she came tearing over here, and now everybody seems to have jumped to the conclusion that I'm going to have the baby.
Oh, boy, you are in a jam.
Well, for a while everybody thought Jimmy was to blame, and Daddy was just calling the CO to have him executed.
Gee whiz.
Yes, and then Daddy was just demanding to know who it was, and then you came in, and, well, for some reason they all seem to think it's you.
What? No wonder your father tried to kill me. Holy cow, I'm a dead duck.
Huh? Dexter, would you mind not denying it for a little while? I've got to have time to think.
Harry, your blood pressure.
If he doesn't kill that boy, I will.
You said you'd do anything for me, Dexter.
Well, what's my father gonna say?
You said you'd do anything for me, Dexter.
Holy cow.
Bouncing that ball in the house and answer the telephone.
Okay, shoot, it's your nickel.
Hello, Raymond. This is Corliss. I've got to speak to Mildred immediately. It's an absolute matter of life and death.
It's no dice, Corliss. She's out. It's no use getting emotional, Corliss. Look, I don't know where she is, and if I did, I probably wouldn't tell you. So long.
The little stinker.
And don't try to hide behind your mother's skirts.
Yes, sir. I mean, no, sir.
Serve you right if they lynch you.
Well, gee whiz, Dad.
Shut up!
Yes, sir.
Back home where we come from, you be tarred and feathered, and I'd help them.
Now, Bill, let's not be unfair. Perhaps Dexter can explain.
All right, let him explain. Well, what do you got to say for yourself?
I got nothing to say.
It's just as well, because I wouldn't believe you.
And don't keep telling me to calm down. I don't want to calm down. Hello, has Dr. Fabling come in yet? Yes, I'm the party who called before, and I'll call as often as I like. What the devil do you... Hung up on me.
Just like a nightmare.
Can you beat that for deliberate rudeness?
Not home yet?
No, and I've called every country club in town. An obstetrician has no right to play golf.
It's Saturday.
So what? People could be having babies right and left. Louise, where are you going?
I'm taking Corliss her dinner.
She's not to have any dinner. She's to stay in her room, incommunicado, until I say different.
She needs nourishment. She's got 2 mouths to feed now.
Louise, did you hear what I said?
Harry, please. Do you want the Franklins to hear you yelling?
Why not? I've heard him yelling at Dexter for the last 2 hours. It's all in the family now.
Do you still wish to keep food from Corliss, Mr. Archer?
All right. Take her tray. That woman gets on my nerves.
Harry, don't be silly. Louise is wonderful. She's been with us 17 years.
Then why isn't she more upset? I've seen her more excited when Corliss skinned her knees.
What do you want her to do? Have hysterics?
I distrust people who are calm in a crisis. Hello? No, why not?
Who was it?
Are you listening to your radio? And if so, what program?
Oh, Harry, please. Do sit down and relax.
I cannot understand it. I cannot get it through my mind that those 2 unspeakable fools, those infants... Well, what has she got to say for herself?
She wants some more Jell-O.
Jell-O at a time like this. Is her door locked?
Harry, she's not going to try to sneak out. She gave me her word.
Her word?
Harry, we've got to try to be tolerant. It'll all work out all right, dear. Dexter is really a very nice boy.
Nice boy. Do you call the beast?
Harry, you're not helping the situation. After all, we do know they're in love with each other.
In love? Why, they're practically still in their swaddling clothes.
Harry. Harry, do you remember 1918?
Yes, what about 1918?
Do you remember that flivver you had, Harry?
Yes, what about it?
Well, you were quite impulsive then yourself, Harry. Do you remember that night you wanted me to elope?
Janet. At the time to which you refer, I was 22 and earning my own living. Dexter is 17 and gets 50 cents a week.
Well, between us and the Franklins, we'll have to increase that.
Whipped cream, for Pete's sake!
Where are you going?
I'm going to take a walk around the block and try and pull myself together.
That's a good idea. Oh, Harry!
Yes.
Take Veronica with you, the poor dog.
No! If Dr. Fabling calls, tell him to hang on. I'll be back in a... Well, what has she got to say for herself?
She's listening to the radio. Superman.
Oh!
Mother?
What is it, Corliss?
Where did Daddy go?
Round the block. You were told not to leave your room, Corliss.
I left my door open. That's practically almost the same as still being in it. Mother? Do you think I'm awful?
I've already told you what I think. And it hasn't made the slightest impression. You don't seem to realize what a dreadful thing this is. Oh, I don't understand you, Corliss.
Mother? Do you hate me? Please don't hate me.
Hate you? Oh, darling, darling, of course I don't hate you.
You know, I think Daddy'd like to break my neck.
But only because he loves you so, you little idiot.
Oh, Mom. Please don't feel so awful. Oh, Mom, please don't cry. Oh, if only I could explain.
I'm so ashamed, Corliss. I feel it's all my fault.
Oh, Mom, no, no.
Oh, darling. Think how we used to dream about the day you'd get married.
But, Mother... We are married.
What?
Well, naturally, Mom. I mean, darling, surely you don't think that... Well, naturally, we're married.
But, Corliss...
Mom, how could you possibly think we weren't married?
Then why didn't you say so?
Well, I haven't had a chance. Daddy's been yelling ever since, and I was sent to my room.
I know, darling, I know. We got all excited.
Oh, boy, you ought to hear what the Franklins are saying to Dexter. I've been leaning out my window listening, and poor Dexter, his father's been bawling him out like nobody's business. And there hasn't been a peep out of him.
Well, I should hope not.
Mother, in many ways that you don't understand, This is far more difficult for Dexter than it is for me.
Then why hasn't he said that you...
Dexter's lips are sealed. I made him swear in blood that this marriage had to be a secret.
Hello, Veronica.
Golly, it's Daddy.
Harry! Harry, Corliss has just told me the truth. They are married.
What? Married? Who said so?
Corliss.
Corliss!
Yes, Daddy?
Corliss, come down here. Do I understand correctly that you and Dexter are married?
Of course, Daddy.
Then for the sweet love of heaven, why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, Daddy, when a person is yelled at and screamed at and sent to a room, you can't very well blame a person for being sort of flustered.
Well, you did yell at her, Harry.
Where was the marriage performed?
At Wyndham Ferry. That's just across the state line.
When?
Oh, a couple of months ago. It was just about the time when Lenny was home.
Would it be too much trouble to let me see the wedding certificate?
Dexter has it.
By whom was the marriage performed?
By a justice of the peace, Daddy.
Didn't he question your age?
I was wearing Mum's hat with a little veil.
Very well, Corliss. That will be all. You may go to your room.
Yes, Daddy. Oh, boy.
Somehow I just can't quite believe that I'm the father-in-law of that holy cow.
Harry, you don't doubt her word.
Operator, get me long distance. I want to speak to the Wyndham Ferry information operator, please. There's no harm in checking up.
But Harry, how?
Wyndham Ferry's a little hick town. There can't be more than one or two JPs in it. All right, operator, I'll hang on.
I ought to break every bone in your body.
Yes, sir.
Dexter. Dexter, you're terrific. Keep it up.
You should have heard what my old man said to me.
I did, most of it. Really, Dexter, your father uses disgraceful language.
Did you hear him say if a mob came to lynch me, he'd turn me over to him without a qualm?
Golly.
Oh, boy, we are in a jam.
It's all right, Dexter. Stop worrying. Everything's gonna be all right.
Huh?
Everything's gonna be all right, Dexter. I had a terrific idea, and
You keep away from that poor girl. Shut up and come with me.
All right, operator, let me talk to him. She's located a JP by the name of Waldo.
What? Who? What's the name? Spell it.
A-R-C-H-E-R. Archer. You get that? Thank you. Now, I'd like to find out.
When? Oh, a couple of months ago, huh? Well, hang on a minute.
What did he say? What did he say?
Get me rattled.
Still there, Mr. Archer? Well, I checked, and I found it. On July 20th, I duly joined in the bonds of holy wedlock, and Archer and...
All right. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. I'm sorry to have bothered you. Goodbye. It's okay. They're married, all right.
Well, goodbye.
Just think. Our little girl married to Dexter.
Just so long as it takes to get it out.
Harry, you can't.
Why not?
Because they're going to have a baby. I hope it'll be a girl.
Janet, you amaze me. How can you stand there calmly and hope it's going to be a girl?
Well, it's got to be either a boy or a girl. I can have my preference, can't I?
Shut up! Shut up! One more breath out of you and I'll knock your block off, so help me.
Gee whiz.
You keep quiet. I don't want to hear another word out of you.
Don't be unfair.
Unfair? You should be down on his knees thanking heaven I haven't got a horsewhip.
Well, holy... Shut up! I've got a horsewhip.
Harry, please. Oh, Dexter, my poor darling. What are they doing to you? Well, I think you're all terrible. You shouldn't talk to him this way. After all, he is my husband.
He's a disgrace to... What'd you say?
I said that after all, he is my lawful legal husband. And I think it's just terrible the way everybody's picking on him.
He's your what?
What does she mean? It's true, Mary.
Can you imagine those crazy kids?
Is this true? Are you married to her?
Go on, Dexter. You can tell them now.
Huh? You tell him.
I made him swear that he'd keep this a secret. And he never said a word. And I think it was very noble of him.
Oh, I must confess, this is somewhat a relief to me. Why didn't you tell us, you big dope?
Now stop yelling at him, Bill. After all, they are married.
Would it be all right if I see Corliss alone for just a moment?
No, it would not.
Now, Harry.
Mom, do you suppose I could phone the Pringles and find out if Mildred's home yet?
No, you could not.
But, Mom, I've simply got to. I mean, golly, Mildred's my best friend, and, well, in many ways, I feel practically almost like a sister to her.
Corliss, be quiet.
Excuse me, that was the front door.
Oh, we're not at home to anyone, Louise.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
And may I inquire how you propose to support a wife and family?
Yes.
Well, sir, Mr. Archer, I figured we could live right here with you. I mean, holy cow, I wouldn't mind a bed.
That's darn white of you. But I would!
Come on, open up that door, Louise.
Commander Archer!
Well, Louise, good to see you again.
That sounds like Uncle George.
What?
Where are the folks? Don't tell me now, I'll bet they're in the porch. I know my way.
It is George.
Oh, he would come at a time like this.
Hi, children, the fleet's in. Hello, Harry. Glad to see you. Looking younger and prettier than ever, Janet. And Corliss. How's my favorite niece?
Hello.
Franklin, Mrs. Franklin, glad to see you. Well, look at Dexter. He certainly did grow up, didn't he? You must be pretty proud of him, Franklin.
Oh, yes, indeed.
What are we going to tell him?
The truth, naturally. After all, they are married.
I bet all the boys are crazy about her, huh?
Oh, yes, she's quite popular.
Well, I suppose you're all wondering why I blew in here this way, so I'm going to tell you. I have come in regard to a christening.
What?
Yes, sir. I'm flying back to the Navy Yard tomorrow with Corliss, and she's going to christen the destroyer.
Oh, Uncle George, honestly, me? Christen a destroyer? You mean with a big bottle of champagne?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, would I be in the newsreel?
I bet you will.
Oh, Uncle George, you're wonderful.
Corliss.
Oh, I guess I was forgetting something.
Say, what's the matter here? Is something wrong?
Well, George, it seems that Corliss and Dexter...
Oh, but you've been getting into some mischief, huh?
Well, sort of.
I remember when you were knee-high to a duck. She and Dexter have been playing house, I remember.
They're still playing house. Go on, Janet, tell him.
Well, George, believe it or not, those two crazy little idiots have been secretly married for a couple of months. We only found out about it ourselves a few minutes before you came. That's why we are sort of flustered.
Oh, bless my soul. Oh, I don't blame you for being flustered. Why, they're just babies. Foolish, impetuous babies. You don't have to look so despondent, though, Harry. It's very simple. All you got to do is just have the whole thing annulled.
You don't understand, George. We don't want it annulled.
Oh, come, Harry. We've got to talk this thing over. They're obviously too young. You're an attorney. You know how these things go. There isn't one good reason I can...
I'll give you one excellent reason.
Oh, Dexter, you're behaving simply wonderfully. I'll never forget it.
Nor will I.
Oh, poor Dexter.
Why'd you have to complicate matters by telling them we're married?
Dexter, That was an inspiration. It's given me time to think.
Who are you calling?
Mildred,
You're not supposed to talk to her.
Dexter Franklin. Just because I said we were married, don't start bossing me around. Hello, Raymond. Is Mildred there?
No, not yet. I'd like to find her myself.
Leave it alone, Bob. It fits beautifully.
Yeah, well, you don't have to wear it.
I never know where she is. Live and let live. That's my motto.
Who are you talking to?
Want to use the phone, Pop?
Yes, I want to call that dentist.
No, I'm sorry, Howard. I don't think it would be ethical for me to help you with your algebra tonight. Goodbye. It's all yours, Pop.
I cannot see you as a grandmother, though, Janet.
It'll be as much my grandchild as it is hers, Commander.
That's right, you'll be the paternal grandmother. Collis, I have a bone to pick with you. How dare you get married without letting me perform the ceremony?
But, Uncle George...
It isn't everybody that has a chaplain right in the family, you know.
Well, yes, Uncle George...
Ever since you were that high, it's been understood that it was to be my privilege.
Yes, Uncle George, but...
No, it's all right. Don't worry. We've been discussing it all, and we're going to give you children a real home wedding right now.
Holy cow.
That's right, Corliss. Won't that be lovely?
But, Uncle George, it's awfully sweet of you and everything, but well, we don't need to get married anymore.
Oh, now, look, eloping to the justice of the peace is all very modern. But there's nothing like an old-fashioned wedding ceremony if you want the marriage to last. Isn't that true, Janet?
I think Uncle George is perfectly right. Now run along upstairs, dear, and put on your new dress.
Mom, I don't want to.
Why, Corliss?
Sure, Corliss, go on. I think it's a swell idea.
Dexter Franklin, you keep out of this.
Yes, sir. I wouldn't really feel properly married to Corliss unless you did it.
Goes to church every Sunday, never misses, Commander.
Shall we have it in here, George?
No, the living room. Now, Harry, you've got to have lots of ferns and flowers for the fireplace. And Franklin, you help him. Mrs. Franklin,
Now,
you come along
Dexter,
with
you
the
go
job.
home and change your suit. Put on your dark one.
Holy cow, this is perfect. What a break.
Don't be a drip.
This is better than my rosiest dreams. I always figured they'd at least make us wait until after I was drafted.
Dexter Franklin, you don't think for 1 minute I'm going to let it go as far as that, do you?
Well, what can you do? You took an oath in blood, don't forget. And anyway, why not? I think it's perfect.
Don't be a goon. I'm only stalling for time. As soon as I can get hold of Mildred, we'll just have to tell them the truth.
Well, why not wait till they get us safely married and then tell them?
Will you stop pawing me?
Holy cow, you dragged me into this thing. I deserve some consideration.
All right. Maybe I will let Uncle George do it. Oh, boy, if I was married, they couldn't stop me from making dates with soldiers.
Listen, if I ever catch you looking at a soldier.
Corliss, why aren't you dressing? Dexter, you go on home now and do as your mother told you.
Gosh, Mrs. Archer, she makes me so happy. This is so wonderful.
Just wait till I get you alone.
You have to bounce that ball against our house?
Okay, Pop, okay. Hi, contaminating influence. Where you been all day?
None of your business.
Hey, psst, there's a telegram for you. I hid it under the mat.
Thanks, Raymond.
Hey, Mom, Pop! Gee whiz, imagine that. 3 zeros shot down.
By whom?
I know it's gonna have a baby.
By whom? Huh? What's up?
It's Lenny. And we've been married all this time.
Mildred.
Here, let me see that telegram.
Oh, Mother, it's so wonderful. We've been married 2 whole months. And we're going to have a baby. Oh, here's the ring. And Corliss has been going with me to see Dr. Fabian in the professional building. Oh, Mother, she's been so wonderful.
Oh, Bob, what have I done?
Well, I don't know. What have you done?
Hot dog, I'm an uncle.
Oh, Harry, don't be so nervous.
Veronica, get off of that piano bench. Now, scoot.
Now, Harry and Corliss, I want you two to stand right here at the head of the stairs. When you hear the first notes of the wedding march...
What? Who's going to play it?
Never mind. That's all been taken care of. Louise plays it beautifully. Now, you two stand right there, and we'll all be ready in just a minute.
Daddy, I want a glass of water.
No, you don't.
But, Daddy, I'll swoon.
Don't you dare.
Grandma Archer, right about there. Grandma Franklin here.
Daddy, this house wasn't built for weddings. The stairs should be facing the living room.
I'm sorry. Please, forgive me.
They never use the front of the house. They're probably all on the back porch.
What? And Dexter, round in here.
Oh, Bob, I don't know how I'm ever going to face them after all the terrible things I said about Corliss.
Oh, just leave it to me, Dorothy. I'll break the news to them. They'll all be as pleased as Punch.
There we are. Well, I guess that's it. All right, Louise.
Now?
Hey, the wedding march.
Out of the way, Raymond. I'll take care of this. You all wait here. Harry! Harry! Congratulations!
Rat, have you come here to gloat over me and my shame?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Harry. Listen,
Okay, Harry,
listen, Louise,
I'll kill you too.
Bob, you good work. They're off again. What an emotional family.
Louise, no. That's B flat. You see it?
Away from me, you pervert!
Janet. Dorothy, how dare you come over here?
But, Janet, you don't understand. Oh, can you ever forgive me?
Did I play it wrong?
I don't know. Try it again. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I'm so happy, and I want you to be happy, too.
What's there to be happy about?
They're married.
Of course they're married.
And they're going to have a baby.
Yes, so you were good enough to tell me before.
But it's Mildred who's going to have the baby.
Dorothy. Mildred, too. Dexter.
Oh, Corliss, I had a cable from Lenny, and he's a hero, and they all know about everything.
Oh, how wonderful. You know, you came just in the nick of time to keep your secret. I was going to marry Dexter.
Oh, Corliss.
Him? That's carrying things too far.
Dexter, don't you hit him. He's my brother-in-law.
Hello, Commander Archer.
Raymond, was your father just here?
Well, he was, but not for long. Mr. Archer's chasing him down the street.
What? He is? What for?
Well, it's a long story, Commander, and I think it's very dumb. They were heading east.
Well, Mildred, why didn't you tell us?
Bread and butter.
Oh, we thought you'd be angry because of the feud.
These crazy children.
Isn't it wonderful about Lenny? Mom, are you glad it isn't me?
Oh, darling.
Hey, Mom! Mr. Archer caught him!
Raymond, what happened?
Oh, hi, Louise. Never a dull moment.
Wow!
Control yourself, Harry. You're more excited than the bride.
Read that. You'd be excited, too. That boy of mine brings down 3 zeros and hasn't got nerve enough to tell us he's married a lovely girl like your daughter. Janet!
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, Brett. For the sweet love of heaven, I'm related to you. Oh, no.
And as for you two sweet, quixotic, crazy little idiots, oh, I ought to spank you both.
But, Mom, I